I guess we'll have to go ahead and get into it now.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Hi. Anyway, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've been sick all weekend. And so, yeah. So I'm not going to make this video very long. I just want to talk about two things. Caleb is not with me again this week. He's actually been remodeling his house a little bit. So that's one of the reasons he's not here. The other is I don't want to get him sick. So, but I just want to talk about two things. There's two things I want to talk about right now. Shifting into first gear here, Kevin Harvick already made me a liar of last week's video. Last week's video, I talked about how it could have possibly been his last win and how I thought it was probably going to be his last win based off how bad he was running the last couple years. And he just went the next week and won again, I guess. So that's how it works. Leave it to me to make something like that, and he goes back and makes me a liar already. I don't know what I'm saying. I can't think straight, okay? You have to forgive me. I'm going to say some stuff that might not sound very like this right here. I don't know what I'm saying. I just can't think straight. So anyway, bear with me. But yeah, he gets his 60th career win. That's the 9th, tied for 9th all-time with Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, I still think, is done with JGR, and you look at some of the race yesterday, and he and Ty Gibbs were bumping back and forth. I think Ty Gibbs is going to get the 18 car, and I think it was kind of funny to see them bumping and beating and banging, just like it's like Kyle Busch is fighting against all the Gibbs, I guess. So, but anyway, so we'll see where Kyle Busch goes. I think I don't know where he's going to go. 41 car, what? I still don't know where he's going to go next year. 41 car. What? Yeah, I think he's going to be in the 41 car next year. But that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. He could come out tomorrow, just like Kevin Harvick did prove me wrong. He'd come out tomorrow and say, hey, I'm going to be back with the 18 car next year for a multi-year extension. I don't know. It's Kyle Busch. You never know. So anyway, so Kevin Harvick, that's what I'm going to talk about. You know, he did good. He won. Yippee for him. And then two, Chase Elliott did not lock up the regular season championship like I thought he might in Richmond, but he's all but locked it up. He's going to lock it up next week. It's at Watkins Glen. He's going to win. Let's face it. He's going to win or finish second, and he'll lock it up next week. So that'd be good. But the main other thing I wanted to talk about is just the race overall. Should Richmond have 2 race weekends in a year? I say yes until they get another short track, but as soon as Auto Club gets turned into a short track, they need to remove one of the Richmond races. Just a second, I'm going to die. Anyway, we don't have many short tracks races on the season, so we need to keep it until it can be replaced, but it needs to be replaced pretty bad. Just like last week. Last week, everybody thought that was a really good Michigan race. I was like, I don't really care about it. This week's the same way. I like races like this when it's not at a short track. When they're so long, I don't mind long runs. I love tire fall off, and I like multi-groove racing. But that's just not something for a short track. I don't know. It's the same kind of way when in 2007 when they reconfigured Bristol, and Bristol was a great track, and they said, hey, you know what ain't broke and we should try to fix anyway is Bristol, and they went ahead and reconfigured it, and then it got to where it's multi-groove, and yeah, that's fun, but no, it wasn't. So I think it's the same way with Richmond. One, it doesn't need to be a day race. I said this last time. Richmond should never be a day race. It needs to be a nighttime race later in the night to where guys are tired, sleepy, cranky, and then the beating and banging needs to be a one-groove racetrack where you have to bump somebody out of the way to get by them. It causes tempers. That's what a good short track racing is. That's what Richmond should be. But think back. When's the last time you saw a good Richmond race? Because I can't even remember. And so I think Richmond is just becoming one of those races that I just don't really care to watch. Which this car, well, I think they'll get it fixed next season. Obviously has some type of issue with short tracks. I don't know why. Because the last car was terrible and it was great at short tracks. But this car is great and it's terrible at short tracks. So I don't understand why that is. NASCAR will figure it out like they always do, and it'll be fine. But I'm just not excited about Richmond. They call it the action track. That's stupid. That's a stupid nickname. It's not the action track. It's the let's run around and have nothing happen all day track is what the new nickname is. But that's too much to handle. So I don't know what should action stand for. Awful. Can't stand to watch. Terrible. How do you spell action? I don't really want them to come back here. It'd be. Obviously this needs to be changed, and then N should be never let this happen again. That's the action track right there. That's the cinnamon N. What the heck did I just say? That's the acronym for the action track right there. So anyway, I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. So what do you guys think? You think Richmond should have more than 2 dates? That's not even a discussion, no. But do you think Richmond should have 2 dates? You think Richmond is good? Did you like yesterday's race? Because here's what, I forgot to put it on percentage. Percentage-wise, I give it, I don't know. Because it wasn't a bad race. If this was at Texas, I would take this race at Texas all the time. That'd be an awesome race. But it's at Richmond. This is not a Richmond race. I don't know. It's not a short track race, I should say. So I'll give it a 70%. I mean, I'll give it some credit. I mean, it did have some aspects of being good, but I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Like I said, this kind of racing is fine at other tracks. It's not fine at a short track for me. I don't know. I want to see the tempers. I want to see the short track racing, but I just didn't see that. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I honestly would take a Texas race over this race. And I know that's a bold statement. A lot of people are going to be like, Austin, you're stupid. And I say, yes, you're right, because I'm sleep deprived because I'm sick. But I don't know. Look at the Texas All-Star race this year. It had more action than the action track did yesterday. So figure that one out. So anyway, I don't know. I just can't wait for there to be more short tracks. Hopefully they'll be better. I think the Auto Club short track would be awesome if it goes as planned. I think it would be a good little short track. So I don't know. I give it a 70%. It wasn't that great of a race, I think, but we'll see. Next week's Watkins Glen. Chase Elliott's going to win. I'm calling it now. If he doesn't win, I think Chris Buescher wins. He's my underdog. So I think that's what you're going to have next week. I think Chase Elliott locks up the championship, regular season championship. Then we go into Daytona the next week, and then the playoffs start. So it's going to be a good couple of weeks. So after a frustrating couple weeks for me personally, as far as racing goes, I just didn't care for the races. I think it'll be good. I think it's going to be good. So if you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me how the heck do you get rid of sinuses, because I can't seem to get rid of them. And then subscribe if you want to see more content. Like, hopefully not like this video. This video is probably not going to be a very good video. I mean, let's just face it. There's just a sick person here talking and ranting. So that's just how it is. But it's fine. If you want to see more content like this, I guess, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching, by the way.